Morning Snapchat, what's going on? Doing a couple of giveaways today. I have to give away a book based on a Facebook post that I put up the other day. I'll announce that winner here this morning and I'll get it sent out. The other giveaway is something that I just put on my Twitter account. Go follow and look. For the last couple of days, you guys have been seeing me put together my daily watch list. Yesterday, I taught you the two main things I look at in coming up with the daily watch list. You should know now. It's time to put that knowledge into action. Anyone who can tell me what my watch list today will be and who can tweet it to me, the first person to get it right, I'll send them $100. It's got to be tweeted to me. It's got to be the full pair. So if it's Australian US, it's got to be AUD USD. You've got to put long or short, and it has to come in before I do it. Announce it on Snapchat. Any submission that gets submitted through Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook doesn't count. It has to be on Twitter. It has to be on Twitter. It has to have long or short as well. And it has to be the full watch list, nothing more and nothing less. If it's missing something, it doesn't count. It won't win. Okay, I've just checked my Twitter. No one has guessed it correctly yet. One person got extremely close, but no one's won yet. Thanks guys for all the submissions. There are a lot of watch lists getting sent through here to Twitter. No one has quite nailed it yet. By the way, this is just my watch list. This is just a game. This doesn't mean that if you submitted something that's different to mine, that mine's better and yours is not as good. If you are trading different pairs to me, or the same pairs in different directions, it does mean you're trading differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean better or worse. It's just my particular trading style. The competition is still on. It's still live. If you can guess my watch list for today, you will get $100. If you've already submitted a guess, you can't re-guess. Okay, before I give away today's first prize for the book giveaway on my Facebook thing, I'll announce it here. We got to do a little trading mini lesson. This is specifically for the IP guys. Many times per week, I'll get a Snapchat, or I'll get an email, or I'll get a tweet, or something like that from a student who's struggling to make money. Sometimes they come from students who are brand new, who have been with us for a couple of weeks. Sometimes they come from students who have been with us for a couple of years. First thing I always ask them, what is your performance discrepancy figures? What's your average performance discrepancy per month? And here's what 99.999% of them say. What the fuck is performance discrepancy? Then I'll ask them, how many times per week, how many times per month are you doing ASR? And here's what 99.999% of them say. What the fuck is ASR? If you want results, you've got to do the work. You've got to read the fucking, you've got to do the work. It's phenomenal how many people buy our course and don't read it. It's like maybe they think we've just shoved a heap of crap in there that's not important. Everything in there is important. I mean, not doing advanced self-review, not calculating your performance discrepancy figures every week's one thing. To not know what it stands for, that's another thing. That's not even like not putting in effort. That's literally just not reading the course. You've got to read it. But then invariably what they do is they hit me up and they want to know all the advanced stuff. Oh, get me into day trading. Teach me day trading. Teach me the Lewis-Mocker method. Teach me this, that, and the other. You won't master the advanced stuff if you can't master the simple stuff, the first stuff, right? So many people now are hitting me up, want to go straight into platinum. They're not even a silver or gold student. They want to go straight into platinum, saying they'll pay the full price. It's a couple $1,000 US, and they just want to get straight in there. And we say, no, you can't. You got to start with silver or gold. You got to prove yourself first. You got to apply for platinum. In the platinum application form, there is a cell called performance discrepancy. We much prefer if someone has a poor performance discrepancy than someone who doesn't calculate their performance discrepancy. Step one of any and all improvement in every area of life is to identify your flaws, to identify where you're going wrong, and identify where you need improvement. If you're turning a blind eye, you don't want to deal with it, you're putting your head in the sand, you don't want to face the music where you're falling short, well then you've got a fixed mindset. And generally we find that these are the guys who blame external events. They blame their job, they blame their family, or they blame this, that, and the other for not being able to put the time in. The really annoying ones, the ones that we end up refunding and kicking out of the community, are the ones who start blaming us for their poor results. Like it's our fault when we've got the students with the results. But I get it. I mean, when you have a fixed mindset, you have to justify your level of intelligence because in your head, you don't think you can actually grow. Natural talent, God-given abilities, it only, from my experience, only makes up a tiny, tiny, tiny fraction of anyone's success. It's mostly hard work and effort. The guy who busts his ass and works and learns and grows and finds mistakes and fixes them and keeps moving forward is always going to outperform the God-given talent that doesn't work. Okay, we're going to announce the book winner now. The other day I posted this vlog on Facebook and I said in 5 years I'll be, finish the sentence, the best answer gets a free book. I think there's too many good answers to choose a winner, so I'm going to have to systemize it. I'm going to have to go by who got the most likes. Here we go. Congratulations, Lan. I will be in touch. I don't exactly know which book to send. I will talk to you on Snap, on FaceSpace, and we'll figure out what's the best one. By the way, this 5-year plan of hers is absolutely insanely big. Probably the biggest 5-year plan, perhaps, that I've ever read. 100K a week income, a penthouse in New York, and a G6 private jet. All I can say is that when you guys are setting goals of this kind of magnitude, you've got to have a good action plan. Some people read things like that and say it can't be done, but it has been done. People have done it, so you can't say that. But you've got to have a big action plan. I also want to give a quick shout out to Sean Alexandria, whose answer I resonated with quite a lot. It really tickles my value system. He says he wants to streamline his business so that he doesn't have to be there. He wants to hop from country to country every 6 months or so. He wants to chase tail in Sao Paulo, study flamenco in Barcelona. I like it, man. Nice one. All right, let's do this watch list. I got to check Twitter now to see if anyone actually guessed. I don't think anyone got it. The watch list competition is over. Stop submitting your tweets now. It's over. It's done and dusted. No one guessed it. But damn, we got some people who were very, very close. This one here by the vegan trader, I think that's Josh Rin. That's very close. Oh, then the cheeky dog sent another one with the updated list. That there, oh, here it is. This is it. This is today's list. This is what I've got. This is Wednesday. Take a screenshot if you have to. Canadian dollar looking technically strong for this session, and I've got the USD as running out of a bit of steam, not only on a number of pairs, but on the DXY as well. This here is a daily chart of DXY, the US dollar index. It did break above 94, but you can visually see on the daily it's running out of momentum. Then on the 60-minute chart, you can see the uptrend is losing steam with this bearish MACD divergence. This doesn't mean to go and get short straight away, it just means the uptrend is losing steam. In 24 hours, we've gone basically sideways, if not slightly down, and this would also support my view on the US dollar on these pairs as well. Good morning, guys. I didn't wrap up this Snap story last night. Got a little bit sidetracked. It's Robin's birthday today. If you are following her on Snapchat, go say happy birthday. Let's quickly run over my watch list for yesterday's London session. Let's see how they went. Starting with the major correlations, US dollar short, which is one of the snaps I made regarding DXY, I'll show you that a bit after, and Canadian long. So that'll be USD CAD short. USD CAD short off 1.3. Short off 1.3, short off 1.3. Congrats to the guys who took this. They made 1% in an hour. Based on this correlation table, the next most obvious matchup would be the CAD Swiss. So we can move over here, and yes, indeed, it is on the list, CAD Swiss long. We did have a runaway from the pivot. It didn't quite make it to R1. It came back to the pivot, and now it's rolled up again. It's kind of in a stagnation phase right now. Coming back to the correlation table, I'm delivering these in order of the most correlated based on my watch list, by the way. The next one would be CAD and pound. The pound Canadian did have an absolutely glorious daily chart on it. I love that daily chart tag in the 50. So that does help. The 60 just ran, the 5-minute just ran. And then my final matchup would be these two at the bottom, the pound US. I would have the US component running short, which matches my watch list pound US long. Pound US daily chart. We didn't grab that daily explosion away from the 50 EMA. In my opinion, that's because the 4-hour wasn't that flash. We didn't have a bullish divergence. In early London, we actually moved down on pound US dollar. Anyone who went long and had their stop too tight may have got nabbed depending on their broker. To grab 1-to-1 reward risk on this particular trade, you would have had to take a maximum of 45 pips risk, otherwise you would not have grabbed that target before R1. On my trading view charts, it actually nabbed that stop where I've positioned my stop loss on the size up. On the brokerage side, I didn't get nabbed, and that was a full profit. This is one of those situations where if you're watching it live, you would have been doing your head in. I don't watch trades live now. I don't even have the app on my phone anymore. Many times over the years, I've been in trades where the market comes within 1 or 2 points of your stop, retraces, turns around, goes on to hit your target. Many trades over the years. Also, the exact opposite has happened as well. 3 from 4 from last night's watch list. We're still waiting on CAD Swiss. I'm not going to say yes or no or tick or cross for that yet. At the moment, we're just going to wait. By the way, if you've been keeping track of my watch lists this week, this is what you might come up with. I'm going to go through this at the end of the week and I'll show you what all those codes mean. Hey, baby. Everybody's just doing some work in bed before we go and get up and start the day. Look at this weather. Isn't it ridiculous? Oh, I left this out last night. Do you guys like my slippers? Aren't they sick? I got these in New York when we were there. By the way, this here is a new table when we got our table delivered. Turns out it had like a lot of cracks in it. It's made from concrete and it was cracked.